Chicago Bears go after wide receiver Michael Thomas this offseason. Let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, my NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears and talking about if they should go ahead and try to make a move for a wide receiver who was a former star and he could potentially be on the market. And I'm talking about, of course, Michael Thomas. And let's start with this. I've seen a lot of Bears fans talk about this. I've seen a lot of tweets, videos, etc. about it. So I was like, I got to give my take on this because, yeah, I just do. In talking about Michael Thomas, the Saints could look to cut him this offseason. I think it's a post-June 1 cut, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the potential is that he will be on the free agent market this offseason because I think the Saints just want to move in a different direction. They've got Chris Olave, who had a fantastic rookie season, and I think the Michael Thomas saga with the Saints, they just want a fresh start. He probably wants a fresh start. So they'll probably look to move on from him. And this all hinges on him, obviously, being a free agent. Because if he's not, then what are we talking about? But let's say he is, for the purposes of this conversation, should the Bears go after him? And I got to tell you, folks, I've been surprised by a lot of Bears fans and a lot of people's comments on this. They've been saying they should go after Michael Thomas. I disagree. I don't think they should go after Michael Thomas at all. Michael Thomas has not been the same player in 3 years. All right? 3 years. We're talking about a guy who's not just injury prone. He's very injury prone. Only played, 3 games this year? And in those 3 games, 5 catches, 49 yards. 6 catches, 65 yards and a touchdown. 5 catches, 57 yards and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, the touchdowns are nice, but that yardage total, the catches, I mean, we're talking about a guy who, he's always been more of a slot guy than an outside guy, but we're talking about a guy who doesn't really have that explosiveness to be a playmaker and a superstar like he was before. I mean, Michael Thomas at his peak was, putting up 1,700 receiving yards. Like, we're getting that Michael Thomas great, but there's a reason the Saints are probably looking to move on from him because he's not the same player. And why don't I want Michael Thomas? Well, because of the fact that I believe he is damaged goods at this point, and I just don't think he'll ever get back to that same level he was. Now, if we're talking about getting Michael Thomas on a cheap bargain deal, on a proven incentivized deal, cool, I got it. Maybe we can make that work, a 1-year deal, right, for not a lot of dollars. I can get on board with that. But if we're talking about anything more than that, a multi-year deal, him coming here to be the wide receiver 1, like, people have lost their damn mind. Michael Thomas is no longer wide receiver 1. I'm not saying he can never be, but it's very unlikely. And you're not paying top dollar for Michael Thomas because he just is not showing you he can stay healthy. So to me, I would much rather go after guys that are more proven or go after younger guys in the draft. I'm sorry, like, Michael Thomas is not the same guy. We got to get that in our heads. We keep thinking back to 3 years. It's been a while. Like, his ankle injury that he had ruined his 2020 season, 2021 season, and in 2022, he barely played. We're talking all the way back to 2019, folks. Like, we got to stop. So, no, I don't want Michael Thomas. If we decide, is he worth a 1-year deal, an incentivized-based deal? Okay, I can maybe get on board with the dollars being low, and it's a low-risk deal. But for the most part, I just want to go in a different direction. And it's not even like I'm against older receivers or receivers that aren't necessarily that young. Michael Thomas is not that old. But my point is, I just want guys that are healthy. I just want guys that are proven. I just want guys that I know will produce. Chicago sports, we've been bitten by injury bugs way too much. I don't want to sign an injured guy. I'm sorry. I just don't. So, yeah, Michael Thomas, the name Michael Thomas is great. Like, in terms of, you think you're getting that guy, but you're really not. So I'd like to go in a different direction. And I think there's other options out there for us. I've mentioned a couple this offseason. DeAndre Hopkins, maybe go see if Tom Brady's leaving the Bucs, if Mike Evans is free. T. Higgins, can they pay him? Like, the draft. Like, there's so many more options I think we can go ahead and exercise before we get desperate for MT. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. As always, thanks.